Hey, welcome back to Happy Little No Trees. We're going to be working on Technicolor 2 strip. Now I know this image looks crazy and out there, and the tree looks crazy, but that is where we're going to go, and we're going to just talk about that Technicolor 3 strip DCTL that I linked to in the description. It's free, and how you can use that to create Technicolor 3 strip, 2 strip, and then start to even add some more features to how you're modeling the look to really hone in what it would feel like if you were watching a film print. Anyways, let's dive right in. This is the no tree. This is where we're going, and we're just going to go. Let's do something smart. How's that sound? We're going to grab a still. Boom. Just so I remember how I put this together. I know it looks crazy and out there, but that's mostly because I've been building it and showing this off to some friends. And we're just going to go with, this is our image. And we have it coming in. It's Blackmagic Gen 5, I believe, going to Davinci Wide Gamut. And then we have JP2499. Coming on out, and we have reset everything. We've also double checked, because I do have node layers turned on, that there is nothing else going on in this image. And so the first thing we're going to do is, we're not really building a look, we're not really doing anything. We're actually not really, this is just conforming the image to Rec 709, and we're just going to bring in that DCTL. So in my film print tools, it is there. And instantly, as you saw, I like that he gave us this tool to preserve luminance, and things like that. Let's make sure that you guys see a bigger view of me, a bigger view of the video, and go like that. I got to remember to do that. I thought this would be fun to have this automated feature to be able to pop over and be like, hey, close up of me. But really what you want to see is the nodes, and you want to see the video. So DCTL there, and yeah, preserve luminance is how the 3 strip video went, but we're going Technicolor 2 strip, which is why I asked for various options, like I just want the red channel coming out, or I just want the green channel to come out, or the blue. That's okay, that's all 3, but we're gonna start with red, and we're just gonna go like this. I know my node order is going to get all janky and the numbers are going to be off, but I will possibly, I'm just putting this here as a placeholder of a split, and we're going to add in a custom mixer. So so there's parallel mixers, and then there's layer mixers, and then there is custom mixer, which is probably one of the more powerful tools in the color page, because of what you can do with this combined section of just being able to blend 2 different looks together and just tweak how they relate to each other on each individual channel, which I've been doing more and more and playing around with, and it's actually quite fun to make some interesting things, especially working in different color spaces and different methods, to just bring things back together. So we're just going to add another node here, and just simply, we're going to label this red, and we're going to label this R plus green, because that's what it's going to do. And right here we're going to go bloop, we're going to bring in this guy here and just split it here, and we're going to just copy and just paste, because we're lazy. I'm going to change this to green, and we're going to just pipe that straight in, and nothing happened, because we got to fix this custom setter up a little bit. We're just going to go in to our advanced options here and click screen, and then we're going to bring this up, gang them together. And so what we're saying is boom, and that looks very much too hot at all. So what did we do wrong? Did I do something wrong? So yeah, it is we want this to be 0.5, I believe, and this one to be, let's start it at 0.5. And why are we not happy here? This is that. Oh, I'm a dum-dum. I'm adding red to red, not red to green. You know, I got so antsy talking to you guys that I kind of forgot what I was actually doing. So now I have red talking to green. And now I can go like this. And now I can click through and go like that. And that. And that. And see what we're doing a little bit better. We can turn, we have this gang together. We can say, turn off this, you see nothing happening. It's only when the red one is moving that we add red to the image. Maybe, oh, because we are, it's technically add or normal. Let's see what that does. Yeah. Screen is for a different variation of what I'm doing. So that kind of all those options change how the math is working. So when I do screen, that's for when I'm doing my weird conglomerate of both Fusion and the color page to do a film print, which we can talk about at some point. But right now it's just doing it normal or normal. But you can play around. It's actually a lot of fun to do different ways in which things layer on it. But just normal. And now we have red and green. You look at your scopes, it's everything you want it to be. We can turn off the gang on this, and you can see green is a slider, red slider does nothing, green slider does everything, blue slider does nothing because all that's there is green. And now it's even. And if you do this, now you can kind of tweak how those relate to each other and dance together. And kind of steer and bend and tweak and twerk that image like so. So the next thing that we want to do is talk about the highlights. So if this was film stock and this was a dye layer of red and green put together, as the dye density bleeds off into the highlights, you're going to start to lose that color. So right now you look at the image and you have very yellow highlights because it's red plus green put together. So it's pretty much just a composite of those two things. And so that's where we're going to need another node off here. And we're going to just take that and pipe that in. And the thing we can do with this is we can dial in a key. Right, we'll bring this and just squash that. If you're looking down on the left-hand side of this lumen keyer, and what that does is it starts to, we're pretty much creating a luminance key that controls various things. So we're going to add another node off here, and it's going to be a color generator. Let's put that there. We're going to just say our projector light is white for the moment. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put this here. And this should give us a key of our image. You can see if we go to highlight mode where we're keying that image, you can see that's just pure white. And now we have that lume key coming in and kind of controlling our image, and that is going to feed to another RGB mixer node. So we're going to just get another custom mixer out there, and we're going to go put this on the bottom, and we're going to put this here. And what we're going to do is tweak this because it's already just red and green. It's going to need to be inverted into the negative for it to do what we want it to do. And so we're just going to create an inversion, and there we have that. And then we're going to select this to be subtract. And you can see now when we have this, we want this to be combined, and we're to set this to 0. And now as we add in our image from input 2, we're subtracting it from our white light. And that is what is then going to get fed to JP249. And that is going to be our finished looking image. Even though, yeah. We'll just turn the JP249 off for now and just dial it in. And you can see, and we add in our light, and now we're starting to get, yeah, started at 1. So it is 100% that, subtracting whatever percentage of that negative image that we had going in. And you can see that kind of affects our entire image. If you're looking at our scopes, we're actually not putting this out to, that's even sharper, just because we're watching this key here. We can kind of make tweaks, so to how that key is functioning only in the highlights, like so, and that was running linear, and that probably means, yeah, just 2 of us. That's a little sharp. We'll go back to intermediate because that was working nicer. And now you look at this image and you go, wait a sec, that is red, blue, like it's very desaturated image going on there. We can bring that back in, and there's our yellow getting, our yellow-red mix getting subtracted from our green. So that, in a nutshell, is starting to build out our dye density, where you can see in the highlights are bleaching back towards white. The cool thing is, I'm not a big fan of the HSL qualifier. I recently saw that the guy that made the Henry Bobek, who made the Technicolor, also has a DCTL called Smooth Shift, and I went and grabbed it for making this tutorial because it's supposed to be the better qualifier. But what it does is it has, we can do a deep dive on this. Maybe I'll upgrade from the demo version at some point. But if we were to bring up the highlight mode and click on matte, you can see this is what we're selecting. But if we just dial in the width and the target highlight level, it's a little bit easier to understand what you're doing and what you're selecting for that. And then because it is creating a matte in terms of how it's affecting the image, that goes over there, that comes over here, and we click highlight off. And I think what we have to do is, yeah, I believe black is the one thing. And so when you're setting it up with this, if I recall, you gotta flip the image, and there we go. The key was going the wrong way. So there we have down here, we're selecting just the highlights as what we want to make sure it bleeds through. And it creates that nice key for us to create that Technicolor two-tone look that we were going for. And we can pump all that through JP249. It's technically doubling. It's kind of, don't need to. It changes what you're going to do underneath it, obviously. Or it is also kind of coming out pretty clean, pretty good to what you want. And you can just go back in and dial how these all blend back together. There's a new DRT coming that does some really cool things too that I'm really excited for. But yeah, all that is, and then you can adjust how much that bleed off is happening. You see how it's going to white faster, and you just kind of shape that look that you want to see. So anyways, if you like this tutorial, please like, subscribe. I know this was a little bit of a longer one, but we're kind of building in the elements of making kind of an aggressive way to do film looks that has that feel of, yeah, this is Technicolor 2-strip. It's red and green put together with a projector light, and we can actually choose, like if we were being crazy in this setup, we can choose what this color is, which older projector would have been more yellow, more carbon arc, whereas modern ones tend to shift more blue, and that's where you're going to get blue in this image and make it feel a little bit more realistic. But quite simple. I'm kind of impressed with how the smooth shift qualifier works. It's just a knobby version of the HSL qualifier with some other features of being able to make clean mats and see what's going on and stuff like that. So, and give you tooltips. But anyways, until the next time, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on Technicolor 2-strip. I have a bigger one on the film look that I'm working on, and hopefully we can chat about that sometime. But please like, subscribe, and do all those other YouTube-y things. There is probably another video sitting here. If you click it, it's going to tell the algorithm you like me. So, ciao.